senior official and joint working group level. This was the first leaders' meeting between the two sides under this structure. Now, I request both the leaders to kindly sign the minutes. Thank you, Excellencies. I now request the leaders to kindly exchange the minutes in presence of media. Thank you, sir. Now I request the leaders to proceed for lunch, please.
All right, those are live visuals that we're taking you through of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman holding bilateral talks and signing some really key agreements. And all of this include energy, agriculture as a way of trade between the two nations. In fact, the Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman in his second state visit to India since 2019. It's been Prime Minister Modi himself who's really harnessed this relationship with UAE, and it's quite clear now with those key agreements being signed between Prime Minister of India and UAE Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. These are live visuals coming in right on the sidelines of the G20 Summit. The bilateral talks has now concluded with some key agreements that's been signed between the two. Geeta Mohan joining us on the phone line for more on that. Geeta, a relationship now that's forged in ink between the UAE as well as India. We know that key energy and agriculture agreements have been signed between the two nations. And of course, that breakthrough rail and ship route between India, Middle East and Europe. Tell us a little more.
Well, that's right. Just a while ago, Prime Minister Modi and the Saudi Crown Prince co-chaired the first Strategic Partnership Council meeting. A very significant one at that, which the entire council meet has many aspects, but to do with political defense on one end and to do with economic and trade on the other. All aspects discussed, and the two sides. Nabila, there is no saying where the relationship is headed when it comes to the positive trajectory that it has taken. But one thing is sure, that this relationship is only going to get strengthened by the year. Every year you're seeing some new announcements, the biggest one being this regional and global connectivity corridor that we will be seeing. And this time around, unlike what China does in its BRI project, where the main funder is China, here there is no main funder. There are funds that are going to come from various places, including the World Bank. The reason why Ajay Banga, the president of the World Bank, was there in that photograph session that they had with the world leaders. And this is going to connect India not just to West Asia, that's Middle East, but to Europe as well. A significant connectivity corridor, and one that will really bode well for this entire region when it comes to trade connectivity. It's not just connecting these countries in terms of people-to-people contact or ties, but it's the trade and the volume of trade that will increase in this entire stretch. It is a counter to China. It is a counter to hegemony. It is a counter to the kind of autocratic aggressive tactics that China employs in the region and globally. But the bilateral relationship is of particular significance, where we are looking at Saudi Arabia strengthening its ties with India, and India's outreach to the Islamic world with countries such as Saudi Arabia, UAE become more important at a time when MBS is opening Saudi Arabia, is working towards women's empowerment, and that certainly is a big plus to engage Saudi Arabia.
All right. Well, it's really a huge development coming in on the lines of trade agreements that's been signed, including energy and agriculture, and that big breakthrough, the rail and ship line that will be opened up between India, Middle East and Europe. This is huge breakthrough in relations between India and UAE. We saw those live visuals that were coming in of Prime Minister Modi and Mohammed bin Salman of the UAE as their bilateral ties, their bilateral meet there ending with agreements signed.